Good afternoon. I'm ABC7 meteorologist Steve Newman with your 1:30 update on a hurricane bearing down on the Sun Coast, Hurricane Irma. And if you look outside now, it does not look all that threatening. Take advantage of this time to make your final preparations, get to where you're going, because conditions are going to deteriorate rapidly tonight, and tomorrow it's just going to get worse and worse. And it could be difficult to get around tomorrow. So now is the time to be out there. This is the current warning situation. We now have a hurricane warning all the way up to the Georgia border, and even into Georgia there is now a hurricane watch in effect. The Panhandle is a tropical storm watch, but you can see how large of an impact this storm is going to have as it moves inland. So here's what you need to be doing. First of all, finishing up all your home prep. Get things that can be blowing around in your lawn, outside your home, inside, in your garage, in the house. Bring your plants in, anything that could be a projectile picked up by the wind that could hit your house and your neighbor's house and even kill someone. Get all that stuff in right now. Also, get to where you should be, whether it's an evacuation shelter, a friend, into a hotel if you are leaving your home. Otherwise, it's time to make your final preparations at your home, because we have a major hurricane that could cause a lot of damage and a lot of problems. We're going to hope for the best, but it looks pretty bad at this point. We will keep you posted not only tonight and tomorrow, but I just want to let you know it's looking bad. Here is the eye of the hurricane right now over the islands off northern Cuba. And it's been fortunate that it did that, because it effectively weakened the storm for two reasons: because a little was over land, and also the inflow coming in from the south. The high terrain of Cuba kind of blocked the inflow. So it's drying out a little bit, but as it approaches Florida, that's not going to in the end really matter, because it's going to intensify over the warm water of the Florida Strait. The outer bands of the storm already moving across South Florida. Those will eventually pivot in and become more frequent. So we'll have, before the worst gets here, we're going to have squall and squall and squall as these outer bands move over us. That's what to expect during the day tomorrow, and why I want you to get everything done you need done today. Looking at the loop, I think the curve to the north has just begun. In the last few pictures we've noticed, if you look very closely, in fact we can zoom in just a little bit here, there is the eye starting to see a little water in the eye. So the eye is beginning to form a little bit better. And look at the motion. There you go. Now it seems to be moving more in a northwesterly direction instead of westerly. And this is right what was being predicted by the European model earlier on. Now, here is the latest advisory on Hurricane Irma. 125-mile-an-hour winds, Category 3 storm right now. And look at the forecast by tomorrow afternoon, approaching Key West, 8 a.m. on Sunday, 8 a.m. tomorrow. That's when the eye is expected to pass very close, if not directly over Key West, with 140-mile-an-hour winds. Then our conditions will deteriorate rapidly as it approaches from the south. And it looks like it's going to make landfall somewhere around far western Charlotte County, maybe toward Rotunda, and then move up into Florida with winds, and expect winds between 85 to 110. It could be higher than that, and certainly gusts could be higher than that. But you can see coming from 140-mile-an-hour winds here to 115, extrapolate in the middle what we might get. Already we're seeing those winds pick up down in the Florida Keys. 43-mile-an-hour wind gust at Key Largo, Islamorada 46, 43 at Marathon. Key West still under 40 miles an hour. They've been that way for a couple of hours. Speaking of that European model, here it is, right over Key West. This is tomorrow at 11:30 a.m. and then right over the Sun Coast pretty much at 2 a.m. on Monday. So the worst will arrive some point between like 10 o'clock tomorrow, Sunday evening, and 3 o'clock in the morning on Monday. And then it'll move farther to the north, affecting areas all the way up into Georgia, as we just saw. John Scalzi and I will be here through the rest of the afternoon. Bob Harrigan will be in this evening. We've got you covered. We're sorry to interrupt football. We'll keep this as brief as possible, but we have to give you the latest information. Speaking of football, let's get back to regular programming.